discussed about mountain regions animals. Today we read about the grasslands. Okay, all you see in your book also. A lion lives in a forest or a grassland and is a strong animal that can hunt and kill animals like deer. Okay, all you know that these lines. Okay, these are very easy lines, so you can understand that lions, okay, can hunt and kill animals like deer. It is light brown in color. Okay, look at the picture of a lion at that of a deer. Okay, so if you see this, okay, lion and deer, these are given here images there. Okay, how are the eyes placed in the face for these two animals? So if you see that their eyes are just in front of their head, if you see like that, lions have long claws in their front legs that can be withdrawn inside the toes. Okay, do the features of a lion help it in a way to survive? Its light brown color help it to hide in dry grassland when it hunts for prey animals to eat. Okay, as you know that it has a light brown color. Okay, it is very easy to hide in the grasslands. Okay, so it can catch their prey easily. Okay, prey means animals to eat, the animals which it eat. The eyes in front of the face allow it to have a correct idea about the location of its prey. Okay, so if you see their eyes in there, just in the front of their face here. The eyes in the front of face allow it to a correct idea about the location of its prey. Okay, so their eyes in just front of their face, so they help to get an idea about its prey and they can easily jump over there and to catch them. A deer is another animal that lives in forest and grasslands. It has strong teeth for chewing hard plant system of the forest. As we know that it is a herbivore animal, so its teeth are should be strong for chewing hard plants stem of the forest. A deer needs to know about the presence of predators, animals like lion that make it their prey. Okay, deer needs to know about the presence of predators, means animals like lion that make it in prey. So now you understand that these two terms, predators and prey. Predators are the animals which kill other animals and prey are the animals which is being eaten. Okay, understood? Okay, in order to run away from them and not become their prey, it has long ears to hear movements of predators. Okay, why it has long hair? Because it can hear the movements of predators very easily. The eyes on the side of its head allow it to look in all direction of the danger. So if you see a deer, its eyes are in the head side. Okay, side of its head. Okay, so why it is given? Because it can see in all direction, okay, to escape from the predators. The speed of the deer helps them to run away from the predators, so their speed also help in them. So like that, any new request also come here. So there are many other features of a lion or deer or the other animals and plants that help them to survive in their habitat. Okay, other features also there. So some aquatic habitats. Now we read about the aquatic habitats. You understand the grassland habitat? Last one which we discussed, you all understand? Okay. So about oceans. We already discussed how fish are adapted to live in the sea. Many other sea animals have streamlined bodies to help them move easily in water. Okay. Which animals have streamlined bodies? Animal that have a streamlined body. Name. Yes, good. Fish has the streamlined body and it helps move easily in water. There are some sea animals like squids and octopus which do not have this streamlined shape. Okay, octopus and squids also not have these shapes. They stay deeper in the ocean near the seabed and catch any prey that moves towards them. Okay, so they have not a streamlined body, so they cannot move faster. Okay, so if some prey has to become just nearby them, they can catch it. However, when they move in water, they make their body shapes streamlined. Okay, so they can make their body streamlined when they move in water. These animals have gills to help them use oxygen dissolved in water. Okay, mainly water animals have gills. Okay, which are helping the oxygen. There are some sea animals like dolphins and whales do not have gills. Okay, they breathe in air through nostrils or blowholes. Okay, if you see there, they mainly breathe in air through nostrils. So two animals which have not gills but live in sea are the example of dolphin and yes, tell two animals students which have hmm, yes, whales and dolphins. They breathe in air through nostrils or blowholes that are located on the upper parts of their heads. And if you see Discovery Channel or you can search on YouTube also that their nostril parts, okay, or upper parts of their head, they found in their upper parts of head. This allows them to breathe in air when they swim near the surface of water. Okay, why the blowholes found in their heads? Yes, they can stay inside the water for a long time without breathing. They come out of the surface from the time to time to breathe in air. Did you ever see this interesting activity of dolphins in television programs or films on ocean life? You see this or not? This activity? Okay. I hope you all seen that. Okay. So now we talk about the ponds and lakes. Have you seen plants growing in ponds? Oh no. So now coming my voices. Go on a field trip. Okay. You have you seen plants growing in ponds, lakes, rivers, and some other drains? You see or not? So you have to go on a field trip to a nearby pond if possible and try to observe the kinds of plants that are seen there. Okay, if you go, your parents with you also. Okay, or some elder person. Observe the leaves, stem, and root of these plants. Some of these plants have their roots fixed in soil below the water. Okay, if you see, these are the plants. These have roots fixed in soil, and some have just floating on water, like here. If you see this structure, this figure. Okay, some aquatic plants float on water, some have their roots fixed in soil at the bottom. Some aquatic plants are submerged in water. In terrestrial plants, roots normally play a very important role in absorption of nutrients and water from the soil. Okay, can you tell me that why terrestrial plants have roots and mainly the aquatic plants have not find the root system, well developed root system? Because they are already in water. Okay, so not much water is needed in their bodies, and
They are very small in size. If you see aquatic plants and compare with the terrestrial one, they are very small in size also. However, in aquatic plants, roots are much reduced in size and their main function is to hold the plant in place. The stems of these plants are long, hollow, and light. Okay, if we talk about the plants of terrestrial plants, the stems grow up to the surface of water. Yet some aquatic plants are submerged in water. All parts of such plants are underwater. Some of these plants have narrow and thin river-like leaves. Okay, if you see their leaves, they are very thin and ribbon-like. These can bend in flowing water. In some submerged plants, leaves are often highly divided, through which the water can easily flow without damaging them. Okay, so there you can say that leaves also divided. Okay, not in same pattern like that. Frogs usually live in ponds. Frogs can stay both inside the water as well as moves on land. They have strong back legs that help them in leaping and catching their prey. So frogs can be live in water as well as on land also. They have webbed feet which help them swim in a water. We have discussed only a few common animals and plants compared to the wide variety that live in different habitats. Okay, you may have also noticed the very wide variety in plants around you. When you prepared a herbarium as part of the suggested activities in chapter 7, imagine the kind of variety that you could see in a herbarium. We read about the characteristics of organisms. We went on a journey through different habitats and discussed many plants and animals. Okay, in activity first, we listed objects, plants, and animals found in different surroundings. Suppose we stop a while and think which example in our list are living. Let think of Let us think of examples from a forest. Trees, creepers, small and big animals. If we take example of forest, trees, creepers, small and big animals, birds, snakes, insects, rocks, soil, water, air, dry leaves, dead animals, mushrooms, and moss may be only some of the objects that are present in the forest. Which of these are living? Okay, so now tell me, trees are living or not? Creepers, creep, yes. Understand the term creeper means? Students, creeping animals और plants, creepers, okay, बेल जो होती हैं ये इस तरह के small and big animals living, yes, birds, snakes, insects, rocks, soil. Who is saying living rocks? Rocks are living or non living? Soil, water, air, dry leaves, dead animals. Hmm. Mushrooms and moss. Okay, good. Think of objects that you can see around you. Okay, at this moment, add group them as living and non living. So, can you do that this time? This time, what things are around you? Please tell me one by one. You can say yes. Okay, so what are the living in that or non-living? Mm. Mm. Okay, so mainly trees. Yeah. Yes. Good. Yes. Huh? What? Horse is around you. Okay. Which students around horse? Who say horse say students? Don't hesitate to speak. Tell if around horse it's also living. So what is that? Okay. So in some cases it is easy for us to know. For example, we know that objects like chair or table are not alive. Paheli was rating this time for complete nonsense written by Edward Lear. Okay, so in lines set the table to chair. You can hardly be aware how I suffer from the heat and from chilblains on my feet. If we took a little walk, we might have a little talk. Pray let us take the air. Set the table to chair. Set the table to chair. Chair to table. Now you know we are not able. How foolishly you talk when you know we can walk. Set the table with a sigh. It can do no harm to try. I have as many legs. It can do no harm to try. I have many legs as you. Why can't we talk on two? Okay. So it means this is not sensible poem if you say that because tables are not living. Okay, these are just for you can say comedies. So Paheli and Buzo found the poem very funny because they knew that a chair or a table is not alive and it cannot talk or walk. Chair, table, stone, or a coin are not alive. Similarly, we do know that we are alive, and so are all the people of the world. We also see animals around us that are so full of life dogs, cats, monkeys, squirrels, insects, and many others. Okay, nowadays monkeys are so much in your around, so you can see that they are very much alive. So, how do we know that something is living? Often, it is not easy to decide. We are told that plants are living, but they do not move like a dog or a pigeon. On the other hand, a car or a bus can move. Still, we consider them as non living. Plants and animals appear to grow in size with time, but then at times, clouds in the sky also seem to grow in size. Does it mean that clouds are living? No. Okay, so how does one distinguish between living and non living things? Do living things have some common characteristics that make them very different from the living, non living? Okay, so you are a wonderful example of a living being. Okay, it means, student, this is saying to you what characteristic do you have which make you different from a non living thing? List a few of these characteristics in your notebook. Look at your list and mark those characteristics that you have listed, which may also found in animals or plants. Some of these characteristics are perhaps too common all living things. Now we read first characteristic that to all organisms need food. In chapter first and second we learned that all living things need food and how essential it is to animals to us. We have also learned that plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Animals depend on plants or other animals for their food. So, food gives organisms the energy needed for them to grow. Organisms also need energy for their life processes that go on inside them.
So, in one word, students, what we can say that in one word that food is necessary for living organism. Okay, it is necessary or not? Yes. So, do all organisms show growth? Okay. So, all organisms show growth. It means not that they are living or non living. So, does the kurta you had 4 years back still fit you? You cannot wear it anymore, isn't it? Okay. Any kurta or shirt, okay, which you can wear 4 years back. Now you cannot wear it. You must have grown taller during these years. You may not realize it, but you are growing all time. And in few more years, you will become an adult. If you see figure 9.10, okay. In first time, a baby grows into an adult. If you see in the starting days, you are like this, then like this, then nowadays you are like that, and one day you will become like that. Okay, you grow into adult. Young ones of animals also grow into adults. You would surely have, okay,